Hello everyone, this is Ankit Verma. In this video lecture, we will talk about the Rowlatt Act of 1919 and also we will discuss every pros and cons of the Rowlatt Act. And at the end of the lecture, we will get to know everything about the Rowlatt Act. So guys, there's a lot to learn and a lot to know about the act. So guys, let's start. The Anarchical and Revolutionary Crimes Act of 1919, popularly known as the Rowlatt Act, and also known as the Black Act by the people of India, was a legislative act passed by the Imperial Legislative Council in Delhi on March 18, 1919, indefinitely extending the emergency measures of preventive indefinite detention, incarceration without trial, and judicial review, enacted in the Defence of India Act 1915 during the First World War. It was enacted in the light of perceived threat from revolutionary nationalist organizations of re-engaging in similar conspiracies as during the war, which the government felt the lapse of DERA regulations would enable. It was passed on the recommendations of Rowlatt Committee and named after its president, British Judge Sir Sidney Rowlatt, and effectively authorized the government to imprison any person suspected of any terrorism living in the Raj of for up to 2 years without a trial, and gave the imperial authorities power to deal with all the revolutionary activities and the unpopular legislation provided for stricter control of the press, arrest without warrant, indefinite detention without trial, and juryless in the camera trials for proscribed political acts. The accused were denied the right to know about the accusers and the evidences used in the trial. Those convicted were required to deposit securities upon release and were prohibited from taking part in any political, educational, or religious activities. On the report of committee headed by the Justice Rowlatt, two bills were introduced in the Central Legislature in February 1919. These bills came to be known as Black Bills. They gave enormous powers to the police to search a place and arrest any person they disapproved of without any warrant. There was a well known description of the bills at that time, which was no dalil, no vakil, no appeal. That is, no pleas, no lawyer, and no appeal. Despite much opposition, the Rowlatt Act was passed in March 1919. The purpose of the act was to curb the growing nationalist upsurge in the country. Mahatma Gandhi, among other Indian leaders, was extremely critical of the act and argued that not everyone should be punished in response to isolated political crimes. The act angered many Indian leaders and the public, which caused the government to implement repressive measures. Gandhi and others thought that the constitutional opposition to the measures was fruitless. So on April 6, a hartal was organized where Indians would suspend all businesses and would fast, pray, and hold public meetings against the Black Act. As a sign of their opposition and civil disobedience would be offered against the law. This event was known as the Rowlatt Satyagrah. However, the success of the Hartals in Delhi on March 30 was overshadowed by the terrorism running high, which resulted in rioting in the Punjab and other provinces. Deciding that Indians were not ready to make a stand consistent with the principle of non-violence, an integral part of the Satyagraha, and Gandhiji suspended the resistance. The Rowlatt Act came into the effect in March 1919. In the Punjab, the protest movement was very strong, and on April 10, two leaders of Congress, Dr. Satyapal and Dr. Saifuddin Kichlo, were arrested and taken secretly to Dharamsala. The army was called into Punjab, and on April 13, people from neighboring villages gathered for Baisakhi Day celebrations and to protest also against the deportation of two important Indian leaders in Amritsar, which led to the infamous Jallianwala Bagh massacre of 1919, in which hundreds of people were killed by General O'Dwyer, right? Accepting the report of the Repressive Laws Committee, the Government of India repealed the Rowlatt Act, the Press Act, and 22 other laws in March 1922. The government passed the rotary of the accordance with the recommendations of this committee. Right. Defense of India Act 1915. Why it was the Rowlatt Act was enacted? It was actually the extension of Defense of India Act 1915. And what is Defense of India 1915? It was basically referred to as the Defense of India Regulations Act 1915. It was an emergency criminal law enacted by the Governor General of India in 1915 with the intention of curtailing the nationalist and revolutionary activities during and in the aftermath of the First World War. It granted the executives very wide powers of preventive detention, internment without trial, restricting of writing, speech and movement of Indian people. However, the Defence of India Act could be applied to any subject of the king and was used to an overwhelming extent against Indians. The passage of Act was supported unanimously by the non-official Indian members in the Viceroy's Legislative Council and was seen necessary to protect against British India from subversive nationalist violence. However, its widespread and indiscriminate use in the stifling genuine political discourse made it deeply unpopular and became increasingly reviled within India. The Defence of India Act 1950 was reenacted in a more severe form at the onset of World War II as Defence of India Act 1939. Right. Also after independence, Indian Constitution retained the principles of preventive detention. The British war effort had received popular support within India and the act received support on the understanding that the measures enacted were necessary in the war situation. Its application saw a significant curtailment in the revolutionary violence in India. However, the wide scope and widespread use amongst the general population, the general Indian people, and against even moderate leaders led to the growing revulsion within Indian population. It was basically enacted for the Indian revolutionary activities. Their main motive was to curb these nationalist upsurge and the nationalist movement. Right, so guys, this is it. This is everything about the Rowlatt Act of 1919. Hope you guys learned a lot from this video lecture.